Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kyrus Has Friends, the show where I sit down with the people that I love the most, and those people are my friends. Before we get started with our special guest today, if you are interested in anything that you're watching and listening to right now, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter at The Vibe with Kai. You can also follow me on TikTok and on, Snapchat at Kyrus Keenan. And you can visit my website, thevibewithkai.com, where I'm always posting videos and blogs and things that'll help you do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. And you can also get your Vibe with Kai merchandise, your t-shirts, your coats, and your hats, and whatever you want, you can get it. Visit my website, thevibewithkai.com, and you can buy it and support me. But
Nice.
enough about me. Enough about me and my nonsense. I have a special guest today, friends. I have somebody that's coming all the way down from Buffalo, New York. I'm so excited. I'm gonna read your bio here. So
Okay.
humor me for a second.
You got it.
So, friends, this is who I'm sitting with today. This is a big deal. She is the co-founder of Buffalo's highest rated all-natural weight loss program, Revolution Weight Loss. That's number one. Number two, she's a full-time high-ticket coach for driven women who are ready to achieve next-level impact and income. That's number two. Number three, she has been hand-selected by Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi to travel the country as a keynote speaker for their Knowledge Broker Blueprint program. To say that this person has done a thing or two is an understatement. Sandra, is it Haseley? Did I say it right?
It's Haseley, but there is an E in there that doesn't belong. I can't.
Close.
Yeah, I don't support that E in there. It doesn't belong.
That's
Let's
fine.
just put a Z in there.
I'm sitting with the wonderful Sandra Haseley. Hi, Sandra.
Hey, Kai.
I'm so excited because we met via the TikTok and via the Instagram. And like I said, I told you right before this interview, I've been trying to get rid of you for like the longest time, but you keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And here's what I love about you, Sandra, is that you are a goofball just like me.
Yes.
And we just clicked like immediately. Like no holds barred. Just like listen, this is who I am. This is what you're gonna get.
I'm a mess. Get used to it.
How are you doing today, Sandra?
I'm awesome today. I had a really good content creation, batch creation session with myself, and then I had a couple calls that I was doing, and it's sunny. It's sunny in Buffalo, so everybody mark your calendars.
Wow, that's a first. Kidding.
So
I'm kidding. I have nothing. By the way, I have nothing against Buffalo. I've been there. It's a wonderful village.
We're actually ranked like one of the highest in the country for restaurants. It's like a really great place for food. Yes. National Geographic just hit that in one of their, Buffalo, hidden gem. I'm just saying. I like food.
Wait, so you're Buffalo by way of Canada, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes. So I'm Canadian. I'm an American citizen now, but I was born in Canada. But I grew up around the States. So I moved around with my family to California, Nebraska, New York, Florida, back to New York. So I'm pretty North American, I guess.
That's fair. But like, here's the thing. So now I'm disappointed because you were born in Canada, which means that you can't run for president, and you would have my vote.
Thank you. I was thinking about it, and my daughter's like, wait, no, because you're not. And I was like, oh, dreams crushed. But yeah, I know. Actually, I remember learning about that when I was in about third grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? That's not even fair. I would never run for president.
Just in my hypothetical 2020 election in my brain, this Canadian has my vote.
Thank you. I feel better all week for that. Thank you.
Yes.
That's
excellent.
I want you to
take that. I want you to take it and just run with it for the rest of your life. Please.
I'm gonna post about it too. Thank you.
Wait, so I'm reading your bio. You sent me over your bio, and like obviously I knew ish about you, right? But I'm reading your bio, and I'm like, you've done some really interesting, fun things, and that fascinates me. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So I read your bio beforehand, or when we first started here. Where did this all come from? How did you even get started in this field at all?
Okay. All right. Well, it's I'm going to condense as much as I can, as quickly as I can for you.
Yes.
All right. So I really, my whole dream, my whole life was to be a fighter pilot for the Navy. And I got into the Navy, to the Naval Academy, got a congressional nomination, and my American citizenship didn't pass through until about September. So I missed plebe summer camp training and everything. So I would have had to foregone the entire year at the academy, and I didn't know what to do. So at like last minute in August, I got a scholarship to play Division I softball as a pitcher. And so I just took that, and I went to their engineering program, because I figured that would be the next step to get me into my aviation career. And then September 11th hit, and I was scared, and I backed out of the idea of joining the military altogether. And after that, I actually went down to Disney to be for their college program. Yeah. And once I did that, it was kind of like a discovery process. Like, okay, this is a 5-month gig. What do I do after that? And I transferred into university called St. Bonaventure University in Lower New York State. And that was magnificent. It was like the best. It was everybody's hope for the college experience. It was perfect. And then the journey of like, all right, what am I going to do if I'm not aviation? My dad, who's an international business executive, was like, finance, you're a female, finance, you'll get leverage. I hated it. I hated it so much. And I was bad at it. And like, I was like, we still use calculators for single digit. I told you yesterday, we use calculators for, I'm terrible.
I have it right here. This is the calculator that I use, Sandra.
That's not even a T95 or whatever it is.
No, this is a Canon LS82Z. And
don't get too fancy. Settle down. Like, you don't have to flex like that.
Sit down, iPhone 11. I got a Canon.
So yeah, it was like that for me. I like had calculators everywhere I went. This is before phones had calculators. So then I jumped right into commercial real estate, and a friend of mine was working for a mortgage brokerage company. So I became a financial analyst, climbed rank, moved up, recruited into other companies, and I ended up becoming a director of sales and marketing for a local commercial real estate developer. So through that, the whole entire process of kind of like obtaining and retaining clients through commercial real estate is that if you have a tenant, you want them to stay there. You also would like them to grow in space with you. Right. And so that's where my business coaching was kind of birthed. And it was, obviously my intention to do what I should for the company, but also I grew to love these tenants. So I wanted to help them. So beyond analyzing their finances and showing them where the holes were and opportunities that they had, but also just knowing like my marketing background and the success at sales and marketing that I had, I would coach them into practices or opportunities that they hadn't seen before. And so I started off with like corporate consulting in that sense. Right. And then after that, my husband, who's a chiropractor, was like, I want to open my own practice. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So, but I was like, I'll figure it out, because Google. So then I did. And it was about 2.5 years before we became the highest rated weight loss company in Buffalo, and we grew and expanded and moved into our own place that I got to design, because like I have a history of that with commercial real estate. So I was excited. Right. And then I realized this is not my dream. I did this for him, and I don't love what I do, and I need to fix it. And so I went back and I iterated, and I'm like, it was the coaching all along and the strategic planning. So I'm less of a coach. I'm more of a strategist, a business strategist, because the coaches, to distinguish it, the coaches will ask a lot of probing questions and let you lead yourself to your answer. Whereas a strategist is like, here's the problem, let's solve it this way, and giving them different options and showing them direct path, because it saves a ton of time if you can avoid mistakes and then use other people's successes as leverage. So that's in a nutshell what I've done. And then as far as the keynote speaking opportunities and the coaching, like developing workshops with Tony and Dean, is that I bought into a program that they have called the Knowledge Broker Blueprint, and through that, they called me up to be a speaker for their team. So there's 4 of us that are keynote speakers that have been trained by like the best of the best in the country as far as keynote stage presentations. And it's a phenomenal opportunity. And the people that I work with now, they're just like beyond good and heart-centered and really, really driven and motivated. So like, I feel like all of that like really came together end of 2019 into now. So it's been just about almost a year since my whole career life shifted into that direction. And it's been the most fun I've ever had in business.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I felt like that was very good. You summarized like everything. I think, were you reading from a script?
I was looking at the camera lens.
Do you have a teleprompter? Because that was just too spot on. I feel like I feel like that was too good. I need you to go back and start from the beginning.
I feel like I've said this story enough where it just kind of like, bleh, and I try to cut new pieces out every single, because there's a lot that I left out. But
because when I go give talks about like my life sometimes, and I've said my story so much that like it's just like, and I'm able to now just pick and choose depending on who I'm talking to. I can pick and choose which moments I'm going to add into this for dramatic purposes sometimes.
Exactly. There's some messy stuff that I left out, let me tell you.
I'm sure. But I'm with you. Well, so like so all of that being said, right now, for everything that led up to where you are right now, what is a typical day for you? Like when you wake up and then you what?
Okay, so I wake up usually by like an elbow or a pile drive to the stomach by one of my children. I've got 4 of them. And so, and
me too, usually, and I don't even have children.
You don't have to. Sometimes it just happens. And then, so like, what's an alarm clock? It's at least 40-pound child. So then after that, I like haphazardly make my way through the morning so I can beat feet and get out of here and go to my office. I have like our office, I obviously have still all through quarantine, I've been able to come to the office itself. And that's where I will get most of my work done. So what it typically looks like is I do have calls scheduled with clients and masterminds that I run. And I will have, depending on the day, segments of time where I'll black out an hour or two once or twice a week to create a batch amount of content, whether it's written copy, whether it's videos like pre-recorded, or just like materials that I need to provide for other people just for free value. And then it's, like mixed among meetings and whatever else. And after I head home, I usually put in between 6 and 8 hours these days at the office, because if I'm alone, I can really concentrate and stay efficient. And then other than being on TikTok, oh God, it's so addicting.
I know. TikTok has changed my life. Like, for
like,
both good and bad reasons.
Yes. First of all, when it was Musical.ly, I was like, that's stupid. My kids love it. It must be dumb. And then they like changed to TikTok. And then a friend of mine who happens to be an employee of TikTok, he like manages all the artists that come in for their copy. And I was like, oh wait, TikTok might be kind of cool. And now I'm like, that's it, done, I'm in. But besides that, when I'll head home and I've got about like a 15-minute, 18-minute drive home, and I decompress with like either podcasts or just like 90s rap, or and then I get home.
The same person. I think we might be the same person. I haven't seen us in the same room, so we might be the same person. That's what I'm saying.
See how TikTok has trained us to like duet this way, but like we're not really here.
Wait, so
that's where it started. It started in our duet.
It did. And here's the thing. Here's what I want to know, because you get this cool opportunity to work with a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, pretty much just every day, and people that are looking to take their life up to the next level. What is it like being an entrepreneur yourself and working with these aspiring entrepreneurs, and even people that have taken their life? What is that like for you? Is it a challenge? Is it fulfilling? Is it all of the above?
Okay. It's almost never a challenge in a way that like is difficult for me. It's everybody has a different business and a different personality type and a different story. So everybody's stuff is fresh and new. So every single person, that keeps it, I get very bored very easily. And every single person that
Are you bored with me right now? Am I boring you? Well, this is all we have time for. Thank you, everybody.
No. So like the fact that I have different people with all these different variables every day, it's just fun. It's like, it's sparky for me. And everybody has a puzzle to work out, and there's always an answer. So for me, it's so fulfilling. It's so joy filled and purpose driven, because I know where they're going. I know how to get them there all the time. I know how to get them there. And also, it's like, I know what their life looks like when they get there. I know what that means for their family, for their freedom, for their stresses, for their health, for their happiness, like all of it, for their spiritual growth. Like it's so exciting in that way, because they get to sit with me and take a deep breath and be like, okay, it's going to be fine. It's like, it's not just going to be fine. It's going to be amazing. So hang tight. So that's what I love about it, because it's a direct, it's like, it is business, but for me and for my clients, it's like a direct result into their personal life, into their own purpose. And I feel like it's the domino effect, like the one domino that knocks down all the rest. And like, I can teach them what they need to know, and then they can go out in the world and impact. So now,
with given the fact that you work with so many entrepreneurs and all of your clients in that regard, is there one piece of advice that you you happen to give often to these people, maybe like a common mistake or a common occurrence that you say to these people? Is there one or two things that you end up saying to people all the time?
Yeah, the two things that kind of come to mind the most are the authenticity piece, and I'll explain what I know you know what I mean by that, but for the listeners, like when people say to be authentic, if that's you, if you're authentic means that your friends and family typically see you like rocking a messy bun with like yesterday's sweatshirt and maybe yesterday's makeup on, but you're like on fire and you're doing whatever, like do that online. Like you don't need to have a certain kind of makeup or style or whatever to show up and deliver. Like I know hot messes, rolling dumpster fires all over the place that are like crushing it in their business because that's just them. And they don't feel the need to dress up in a certain way or present themselves a certain way or be more professional just because somebody told them to. So being exactly who you are, whoever you would be in front of your friends and family, be that online every single time. Be that in your written copy every single time, because that is the difference between, I don't know, their stuff is a little vanilla, it's a little general, versus like, I know them. That's my friend now. Like they don't know me, but like we're best friends. And then the other thing is to just do that thing that scares you, that thing that you've been thinking about, the thing that you haven't put any action into or pulled the trigger on because it's a little scary or like imposter syndrome sets in or whatever. That's the thing you have to do, and you have to shut up and do it. And the fear of doing it is way more painful than actually doing it. Doing it is not hard. Thinking about it is hard. So what do you want to do? Like, and then I think it comes down to really like, what is your future that you're like looking forward to compelling enough to actually let you take action on that thing? Or like, what do you even want? And if it's not that you're that passion driven around it, or that you can see your life becoming so great because of it, then stop thinking about it. But if you're still thinking about it, why are you thinking about it? And then why aren't you taking action on it? Because fear is stupid. Fear is stupid. Everybody's going to have it and it doesn't go away. And I don't care. Like Tony Robbins still has fear about getting on stage every time. Like every time. Yes. Like every time a new program gets launched, it's like, oh, are they going to buy? Is this right for them? Did we do enough research on our market? Like every time. And this is 9-10 figure businesses. And like, and they're scared still. So it doesn't go away. You just have to do it anyway. You know what I mean?
Right. That's see, this is why I'm happy that I have you on, because it's not even Sunday and you're preaching today. Amen.
No.
Do you work with mostly women, or do you work with a little bit of both?
I work with actually so as like the Sandra Haseley and Co brand, it's specifically geared towards women, but I have another company called Generation Impact that I partnered with two of my best friends, and they are men in business, and we teach a collective of women and men that are in our academy. So it's the same kind of coaching and teaching, but more of it, and with masterminds every week, and with live workshops every month. So we have a mix of women and men in there, but still predominantly women, like 80% women. But for my private group coaching that I do, like I do small group coaching with women and one-on-one coaching with women, but that's high ticket stuff. And that is intimate on purpose, because those types of women will prefer to be more exposed in a small group setting. But yeah, I work with men too.
Right. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you or ask you about is just the state of just female empowerment in general in 2020. I used to work in the IT field from a marketing perspective, and then so I kind of got like this outside view of just females in that niche where there's not many, right? There weren't many prominent IT women that just were in positions of power. One of my favorite people that I've read about a lot, I've read a couple of her books, is Sheryl Sandberg, and reading about her experiences, working with Facebook and things like that. And I'm curious, in 2020, from your perspective, do you feel that the female empowerment, movement is at an all-time high? It obviously still has a lot of way to go, obviously, but do you feel like we're heading in the right direction? Is there more that we should be doing that hasn't been done?
It's a fantastic question, because now in comparison to like the 60s and 70s, this is the only time we've seen a surge of uprising of people like collectively coming together for the purpose of of empowering women in different ways. And so many people will assume that's feminism. And it's like, okay, there's so many levels of feminism now that it's nuts. But what's really there, that the message that's being talked about is that these certain things aren't fair. They're just not equal at all. And we've got a lot of that going on in a lot of different ways in America right now. But as far as the female empowerment is concerned, like women are still, and I was still the highest performer in my company in corporate when I worked for someone else, highest performing earner. And I was still getting paid 33% less than my counterparts that were male, bringing in $0 of revenue. So and I wasn't supposed to know that, but I found that out by accident. And I was like, really? Still 1962 up in here. Pretty cool. Right. And in the commercial real estate industry, females are we're stunted by the amount of males in that industry. I mean, it's an old boys network still. So same with IT. Like I know that IT has a that sector is growing for women with women in a very powerful way. But yeah, there's still like massive amounts of work to be done. I think that since before Corona hit, the numbers were women were opening businesses at 3 times the rate of men. The numbers are higher now, arguably between 5 and 6 times the rate of men. But the amount of businesses that are being opened over this last Q1, Q2 of 2020, insane numbers. And women are insane. Because people are out of options, right? Like people are getting furloughed, they're getting off work, and they don't know what to do. And so unemployment is an all-time high. And then these women are natural community builders and nurturers. So, you huddle quickly. Like if you find women that will support you and that will teach you and that will mentor you. And so if you have an idea, it's probably a good one if you have it. And there are ways and people that you can connect with to build you up. And so there's a lot of work to be done, but it's really like that's systemic as well. With the racial systemic issue that we have, it's same with gender, because like corporations are just satisfied with the idea of we don't have to, because we're kind of going to compute the idea that maybe mat leave is going to be involved and then we'll have to pay them that. And we'll just but not every woman wants to have a baby and not every man wants to stay at work. Maybe the husband wants to go home and care for the baby. So it's that. And so that is a lot of work, which will probably end up being more like legal work in the end. But I think that it always starts like bootstrapping it. Right. So I think that the internet has certainly helped with people creating social communities together online like that. And like on TikTok, you'll see that too. Probably there's a ton of female support and just like, even just moms supporting moms and stuff so that's a beautiful thing. And then, and among that, you'll see segments of women who are Muslim, who are Black, who are Asian, who are Latina, who don't feel like they can get the opportunities that a white woman could too. So there's still subsectors of all of that going on, but the work is like people are aware, which is nice because it's like something people can talk about. And here's another one for the women thing is I have a friend who is a female salary coach, and she teaches women how to heighten their revenue or heighten their resume so they can get better pay and how they can negotiate better pay from the employee that they're with right now. She actually got hired to go into Google and to teach. Google said, come in and teach our female employees how to ask for the raise. Cool, progressive, but why don't you just give them what they deserve in the first place?
I feel like at that point, it's just like publicity. I feel like it's at that, like in that manner. Yeah. Like, hey guys, look at us. Look what we're doing. Like, oh man.
Pay them what they deserve. Like that's so weird that you would be like, one day, if you know how to speak to us properly, we'll give you what you deserve.
Oh man.
It's just,
So if you could give one piece of advice, because you were saying how women are building these businesses and being entrepreneurs more so now than ever before.
Yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice to, if any of them are listening right now, what would you say to them?
Stop hiding online. Stop. Go online. Stop acting like it's your friends and family are going to have an opinion. Are they paying your bills? No. Get online and do your thing, because it's the fastest, most efficient way to make a living and to create a business. Brick and mortar is hard. It's too expensive. There's too much overhead. It's a management issue. It's not as secure. Get online with your business and stop making excuses. Anything you say, but I can't, but it won't, but that's an excuse. Stop yourself right there and do it anyway.
Right. You are awesome. You have put a smile on my face that already had a big smile on it, Sandra. I'm so excited. And here's the thing.
Too.
So here's the thing. We joked about this all the time, but I'm dead serious. When is this podcast happening, Sandra?
Well, you kicked me out of it. First of all,
I did kick you out because I cut you off. I cut you off while I was driving the other day.
You gotta be careful. It's a 4-way stop. Everybody has to wait their turn. It's not hard.
Well, I
I
had to
know.
kick you out because you honked at me.
You had a beautiful blonde angled bob though, and I think your name started with a K. Oh, it did start with a K.
I mean, what? Come on now. You don't know what's underneath this hat. You have no idea. Exactly.
Could be an
Exactly.
edgy 90s bob. I know.
And well, here's the funny part is that I actually I had blonde hair for 2 years of my life. I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the picture.
Immediately.
I definitely had blonde hair for 2 years of my life, and I was unashamed. Unashamed. I was like,
unapologetic. I like it. You're all gonna see it too. I'm not done yet.
I'm gonna send it to you, and you're gonna be like, I'm glad you didn't do that anymore.
I need it. I need it.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Well, Sandra, I'm so happy that we got to sit and chat today.
Me too.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I have decided. I've spoken with my executive board, and we have decided that you are allowed to stay in my life.
Let them all know. Do I have to sign the papers for that? Or
yeah, we'll send over. My people will send over the contract. We'll do a press release pretty soon. We're gonna do like a photo op, but obviously we have to wear a mask, for obviously.
We'll just get clear masks. We'll get clear masks. It'll be fine.
Or just masks with like the smiles like pictured on it.
Time out. Can we agree that it is the most fantastic thing when you see somebody with a mask and you don't know that there's a hole in it and they put a straw through it and you're like,
I've seen that. Yes. I've seen that. And they just kind of like just slyly just like just like what's
I was like, what are they doing? It's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Do you have one of those?
I'm gonna make one today. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair. Can you send me one?
Yes. It's got sequins. It's like a Michael Jackson mask. It's all
perfect.
Black sequins.
Oh, perfect. You know me all too well, and we've only known each other for 3 minutes, so it's great.
Yeah, I know. Well, we learn quick. So.
Sandra, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to get in contact with you, how do they get in contact with you?
Dear Lord, how do they? It is okay. So I'm the Sandra Haseley Co on Instagram, just Sandra Haseley on Facebook, and Sandra Has on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it down underneath of us too, so people will be able to do that, and then it's gonna be in the description, so people can just click on it. And all of that. That's how I click on things. Just like this.
I do this. How I type all of my things.
What is this? I have no idea what this is, but I did it.
How cartoons do it.
I'm committing to it, so it's fine. It is what it is.
Committed. There.
Well, go follow Sandra. She is obviously a good, great person, and you're not going to regret it. And if you like me too, you can follow me on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Vibe with Kai. You can also follow me on Snapchat and on TikTok at Kyrus Keenan, and you can visit my website at thevibewithkai.com, where you can get your blogs and your videos and all things that'll help you do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. My friend Sandra, thank you so much again for sitting with me.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, Kai.
Absolutely.
I'll stalk you on it. I'll stalk you on every other. I'm going to stalk you on every other platform after we're done with this, like I do. Yeah. So
no, please do. I'm on every platform. I'm even on Pinterest. I'm even on Pinterest. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm on Pinterest. I post.
No, you just need to get on Etsy. What are you doing?
Don't give me more work to do. Come on.
You got merch. Hit it up. Let's go. Oh, I know.
You're killing me. You're giving me homework today. I don't like it.
All right.
Everybody else, thank you so much for watching. I love y'all.
Take care, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.